This is downtown Skagway from the Klondike Gold Rush of the 1890s. And the storefronts are just like they looked back then. And this main street of Broadway, they say, was such a lawless society with people making their money stealing and robbing and conning other people. So this is the Onion Saloon, which was once a brothel and is now a bar and restaurant. We heard the food's not that great, and we're really not interested in the brothel tour, so while Michelle talks to her mom on the phone, I will just check out Main Street. Left Skagway and driving the Klondike Highway on a bus. We're going to take the White Pass Railroad back. And on the way out of town, we see the Welcome to Alaska sign as we're heading into the Yukon territory in Canada.
Now the next train on the tracks will be your train, only you're not going to get on it till this afternoon.
That's the White Pass Railroad that we're going to be on later. The drive through the mountains of the Yukon and the hills and the lakes took us here to what's called Emerald Lake. And you can see why. Our driver said that we just don't get nice days like this out here in this part of Canada, British Columbia, and Alaska. Came for lunch to this area that has sled dogs, and you actually see they're giving cart rides. There goes a group on a cart ride, and we're just going to hang out here and meet some of the dogs. Found one of the puppies.
Hi. Hi, babies. They are. Turn it upside down. Looks like you got yourself a new friend there, buddy.
Yes. Continuing into the Yukon territory. We're in the town of Carcross now. We're just stopping off. We're actually going to pick up the train in Fraser.
Construction began in May of 1898 with very little advanced planning. But in spite of all those obstacles, the tracks were laid 110 miles from Skagway to Whitehorse in just 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days.
The valley that we're passing through was made up of glaciers. You can see some of those glaciers still on top of these hills.
Lead them over the steep mountain passes, which met together at Lake Bennett, where they would then have to build rafts, and raft 500 miles down the Yukon River to Dawson City, where the gold fields were located. Now, the most popular of these two routes is known as the Chilkoot Trail, which started from the town of Dyea, which was located 10 miles west of Skagway. The Chilkoot Trail was very steep, very rugged, and 33 miles long. Now we will be following closely along the second overland route to the goldfields known as the White Pass Trail. Many people had chosen the White Pass Trail over the Chilkoot, even though it was 6 to 7 miles further, because it was 600 feet lower in elevation, which made it possible for
This section here is the original White Pass Trail.
so cold that these workers would have 1 hour long shifts. An hour working on the bridge and an hour warming up in the warming hut.
Glacier. Visitor Center has some artifacts from some of the stampeders trying to strike it rich on the White Pass Trail, and they talk about how few of them actually got anything out of it. So many of them died and so few actually struck gold. And as they told us on the train, the guys who were on the White Pass Trail that we just took the train on had to pack, what was it, 50 pounds of stuff? They had to have all these supplies or else they wouldn't even be allowed into Canada by the Mounties. They still maintain the boardwalk sidewalks, and our tour guide was saying it's pretty difficult to maintain those, especially during the winters. And this is one of the stores that are still in the hands of the families dating back to the gold rush. Walking back to the ship from town took about 5 minutes or so, and you get the beautiful view of the snow-capped mountains in the background of the ship, and a great day in Skagway. Juneau, Alaska, getting ready for the Harv and Marv whale watching trip, and there's our vessel right there. 6 passenger, it's going to be awesome. We thought it was so cool when we saw 2 bald eagle on our way to Harv and Marv's whale watch until we got here, and there's 8 of them having some fish breakfast. Checking out some harbor seals on the way out. Couple of stellar sea lion hanging out on the buoy. Beautiful day. They say it rained all day yesterday, and so far a beautiful morning. See Mendenhall Glacier in the background. We're going to end up there later on. Whoa. That's a big mammal. Come on. Look at the size of him. Oh, there he is. I don't even know where to look. There are blows everywhere. You can tell how big they are just from the distance between the blow and the pump, right? Yeah. Nice.
All right. Now we have another one. Here comes the other one. Come on. Here comes the tail. Give it to him.
Whoa. Right next to the boat. 40 to 50 feet long. Are there two right next to each other? Look at how big they are. A couple glaciers in the distance. While we wait for the whales to reappear, we just saw two go down. which means we probably have about 5 minutes left before they reappear. Here comes the tail. See it?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there's one right there.
Oh, yeah. Good eye. They're everywhere. Oh. Right in front of us.
There's a sea lion in between these two big whales. Woohoo! I'm drafting. Look, there's 2 sea lions. They're like, run, fish, run.
Oh, right up next to that boat. Look at that.
Oh, there they come. Yay! Wow! Right next to that boat. That's so cool. It's actually floating on the surface. Yeah. There's the flow.
Wow, look at the distance. The distance between that blow and that dorsal fin. They are everywhere. I don't know where to look. There's 2 of them over here. And then there's one in between the boats. There's one straight ahead. Two straight ahead. We're surrounded by 6 whales. This was an incredible trip. Tail right to the right. Double tail. Double tail. Just got dropped off from the Marvin Harv bus, and this is the Mendenhall Glacier Visitor Center area right along the river where some bear viewing has been seen as they eat the salmon, but there's no activity today.
Well, it's very, very wet too.
A couple of salmon swimming upstream or trying to, laying their eggs.
Just like the willows get odd crops and willows.
There's one that was ripped apart by the bear that he saw last night. Some more evidence of recent bear activity. Taking those salmon from the river. And if you look ahead into the lake, you can start to see pieces of Mendenhall Glacier that have calved off, and we're going to go check that out. There's Nugget Falls from a distance. We're going to take a trail there. It's about a 20-minute walk, but it gives you a real good look at the glacier. Takes you about a quarter mile from the glacier. So Mendenhall Glacier goes 14 miles back to its ice field. We're about a quarter mile away from the face of what they call the drive-in glacier. 20-minute walk took us right to this point, right over by the lake, and there's Nugget Falls, which we're going to go right down to the base of like those people, but look at how big those falls are. Just took the shuttle to downtown Juneau. The rain has stopped, and this is the Red Dog Saloon, which has been in business since the mining days in Juneau. And let's go in through the swinging doors and see what's inside.
This is the important one that you give back to, and that one goes. I'd like to see your ID if you have it.